Hey guys, it's Boy. So in this tutorial, I'm going to take you on how you can create multiple scenes. So I will teach you how you can create something like this, where you have one scene. I have named it window A, and when you click this button here, uh, it will open the second scene. So I'm going to teach you how you can do this, and you can see it. It doesn't allow me to go to the first scene if I have not closed the second scene. So I will teach you how you can do this, how you can create even multiple scenes, and how you can restrict it from not accessing it the first page if you haven't closed the second page. This may be useful when you are creating pop-up windows that need to be closed first before someone continues in whatever any procedure he was doing in a software. So I'm going to teach you how to do this in JavaFX and FXML. So right away, let us start our project, and I'm using NetBeans, and I will create go to file and create a new project, and then it is a JavaFX application. So select JavaFX, then JavaFX FXML application. That's what the type of JavaFX application we are creating. So let us name our project, and I will just name it multiple scenes. So multiple scenes, that's the name of our project, and you can click finish. So this knowledge you will be using it when you are creating login pages. So first, let me expand my project first, and you can see there's a source package. There's one package here called multiple scenes. So I love to rename my FXML file first. I always love it, and I take it as good practice to always rename your files to be something similar to the project you are undertaking. So multiple scenes, and then after doing that, I will also rename the controller class file. And you will always note that every Java class file, you always start with an uppercase letter. That's one thing you should always know and remember about Java. So after doing that, always remember, whenever you rename the controller class file, always remember to edit the FXML file, because you can see there's an error here. It can no longer locate the FXML file, the controller class file. So you have to put the location of the new controller class file. And because in JavaFX, the controller class file is where the data from the FXML file are sent. So it should be able to locate the controller class file, failure to which it will create its own controller class file as it is in the FXML file, and that may not do you good. So even you will go to the main Java class file, this one here, and here we'll put the name of our resource, a new resource file, since we renamed the FXML file. So let us type in the name of our new FXML resource. So multiple scenes. So that is the name of the FXML file in the package. So after doing that, now we are good to go. You can just even close some of it, and you can leave the controller class file because we'll be using it. So let us open this by just right clicking it and select open. So you select it open so that you can open it in the scene builder. So the scene builder is where we'll be creating our interface, designing our interface, something like that. So you can see the scene builder. So this is the scene builder. So first of all, I'll have to delete this button on the label because we will not be using it in this application. So just select both of them and delete. So I'll also select the uncouple, and so that I can resize it. So resize the uncouple to something a bit that you can view. So inside the uncouple, as usual, most of the times I always have to put the VBox so that everything should be in a vertical manner, aligned in a vertical manner. So without any container like the VBox or the Hbox, your nodes will not be aligned in any format. It make the interface more harder. So after doing that, I'll also add text so that we can now say this one is text A, or window A, something like that, to just give this page some topic. So drag and drop the text into the VBox, and then come here, and now we will rename the caption, and we'll say let us give this text some value, and we'll say this is scene A. So scene A, and I will also would like to change the font, and so that at least we can give it a much bigger font. So I will select book article, and then increase the font size to 73, and then select. Now we can go back here and select the VBox, and let us align everything to the center. And then I will also need a button, so that whenever I click this button, it will be opening the second scene. So we will be needing a button. So maybe with the login page you have in mind that you want to create, you will always need a button where now you can click login, taking the username, the password, something like that. So this tutorial can now manipulate it into real-time application. So let us rename the type, then the name inside the button. So we'll just by just double clicking it, we can now rename it, and let us say we can just say open second scene. So something like that can work, and then now you're good to go. So we will now come to the code here, and then inside this code area on the right hand side here, so we will give it a method in the on action events. Remember, Java, there are event types that occur in Java. Then these are some of the event types, and Java, the scene builder makes it easier for you to identify what type of event do you want. Do you want an on mouse moved, on mouse exited, on mouse entered? So these types of I have done a tutorial about these events in some other tutorials. So let us now give an on action event as a method. So if whenever this button will be clicked, we will type the name of the method here, and it will be open scene. So let us write the name of the method to be open scene. So I've selected it to be open scene, and I can also decide to give this button some margin of 20 on all sides. So I'll just select 20 and click this one to apply it to every side. So that's it, and now we are good to go. That is the first scene. So I will just close this scene builder. Now it's time I'll make the controller by just right clicking the FXML file, and then when you make the controller, you can see the label lost it FXML annotation like this one. It lost it, and even the method, because we deleted the button on the label, the first one, the default one. So that's it. Now you can see the method that we wrote open scene as already been written in the controller class file. Then now we want to type in some code that can open the second scene, but you see we have not first of all designed the second scene. So we'll just come here to the source package, and then let us create come here and create a new Java package, and then type in the name of the new Java package. So the new Java package, I'll call it scene B. Let me now just name it scene B, and then select finish. So that's it. So now it's time to put in some files. So I just type in some FXML file. So because I had opened some earlier, it just comes here. But since if you can't find it in this menu here, when you select new, just come to other, then select JavaFX, and then empty FXML, then select next. Then type in the name of the FXML file you want. So let us call it scene B, and then you can select next, and then we will be using a Java controller. So that check this checkbox, and then after doing that, now you can just select finish, and then now we are good to go. But you see our package doesn't have a Java class, a main Java class file, so we can just select from the other package here, just copy it, and then paste it here. We will refactor copy it so that we can even rename it the name. So we'll call it scene B, and then refactor it, After doing that, you can also come to this scene B, and now we will type in the name of the new the FXML it's supposed to be loading, so it will be scene.b.fxml, so something like that. Now you can close all these class files. Now let us first design our second scene by right clicking the scene.b.fxml and then open it, so that you can open it in the scene builder, and we'll put some interface there, some text, some pages, something like that. And then now this is the scene, the second scene, and you can see it is very empty. So we'll first include it in a VBox inside it, and then in this page we don't have to put so many things. Let us just put in some text. So the text will be handling the second scene, so that now you can know how you can, because the motive of this tutorial is just to teach you how you can open more than one scene in JavaFX. So just drag and drop the text into the VBox, and then now we can just change the value of the text by just saying welcome, so that whenever someone opens this, it will just welcome to Cindy. And then now we can change the font. We want it to be something bigger, so I'll just type in some family. So I don't know what type of family you can just select. Let us select, I'll just select Bradley and IPC, and I will increase the font size, and I'll also something like this, but let us type in another font family. That one looks small, so I just select Bukantika. That's it. So that's it, and now you can select the VBox. Remember, just design the second scene that will be opening. So that's it about the second scene. So nothing much. It's not a big software. So let us just cancel this XML file. So once you do that, I don't know, we didn't code anything, so no need to make the controller, but it's always good practice to just try it out. So now that we have second scene B, and we have the main scene, the multiple scene .fxml. Now we want to see how from this FXML file you can access scene B.fxml. So now let us come to multiple scenes.controller here. So because here we want to put in some code, when someone clicks, it will be running this method open scene. So now right away we will now do in some codes. So first we will be creating a parent. So I'll create parent and I'll name it root, and here this will be an FXML loader. So inside here we will now first allocation. I will get class, and then into brackets will now we'll get the resource. I can just delete everything here. So inside this bracket get resource, and we will put some string value here to locate the location of the resource file. So what we'll be typing in here is the location of the source file. So first of all, just put a forward slash, then the name of the package of the second scene, so scene B, and then forward slash. If there is no other package inside it, now just type in the name of the second scene. It is scene B.fxml. That's it. So we'll do some imports. So I'm going to import the parent, and then we will throw some IO exception, input output exception, and then once you do that, now we will be creating now the scene. So scene, and this new scene we will be adding the root. You remember the root, this parent that gets the resource. Now we will be adding this resource scene bit of FXML into a scene. This is actually the structure of the FXML file. First you need a resource file, that then you add it into a scene. So sorry, it's a new scene, and then type in the name of the, okay, just add the root here. So we will do some imports. Import the JavaFX scene, and then after doing that, now we will create a stage where now the in the stage is where now the scene will be placed after getting the resource. Now adding the resource now to the scene. Now the stage is where the window that will appear, and now it will be containing the scene. So first of all, let us create our new stage. So stage, and we will name our stage, and then is equals to a new stage. Into bracket we will give our stage some style. So say stage style dot sorry, so something like that, but this decorator should be in uppercase. So sorry, I think that's it. Now we'll do some imports. So I'll import the stage and also import the stage style. So there's some grammatical error, so I'll do the import now. Now we're good to go. So we will give this stage some title. So stage dot set title, and let us give this, we will say scene 2. The title of our the scene, the title is what appears here, like in this NetBeans, where we have multiple scene NetBeans 8.2. so this is the title. So we are giving our second scene something like that, a title. And then after doing that, now we can also decide to give our scene an icon. That, so as you can see, NetBeans has an icon on the right hand corner, on the left hand corner to the top. It has an icon, and you can decide to give it. So I'll just select an image in my project. So I'll come here and local C, and I think I have a folder named images. So I'll just select any image. So I'll select image number 7 here. Just copy it, and then come to NetBeans. Now I'll put it in the one of the package, so long as I can just locate it. So I'll just put it in this package. Make sure the image is in the same project, like multiple scenes is just in the same project. You can decide to put it either in scene B or multiple scenes, but so long as it is just in the same project. So once you do that, now you can now put in so the icon of the second scene, the icon that will be set. So we'll now say stage.get icons. So into brackets, now we'll add some the icon there. So we'll add the new image. So add new image into bracket, and then we'll type in near the location of the new image. So first of all, we'll do some imports. Sorry, we imported the wrong library. You are supposed to import the JavaFX scene image. So this is the library you are supposed to import. Make sure you don't import these other libraries when you want to put an icon. This library is mostly in Swing, but this one, this library, you'll be using it in JavaFX. So now you do that. Now type in the name of the location of the icon. So I'll type in first by typing in the name of the new package. So you put the /, the name of the package that it holds the image. So multiple scenes, and then /. Now if there is no other package, but if there is other, just name it. Then /, now the name of the file. So it is 7 dot jpg. So that's it. Now that you have done that, I think you're good to go. Now we will do another thing now. So we have given it a title, we have given it an icon. So you can decide now to show our so the next thing now, we'll add now the stage, and then we'll give. So now that we have created the stage, given it an icon, given it a title, now we will set the scene. So when you set the scene, you will be putting the name of the scene. So this scene that has been placed here is this scene that we created here that holds the root. And you remember the root gets the resource, the FXML file of the second scene. So this now how you can create a second scene in JavaFX. So after doing that, now it is time to show the stage. The stage that holds the scene and the scene that holds the root. So you can understand. So now stage will show, and then after doing that, now let us build the application and see what we have. So let us build the application and decide to show the output. So when the build is successful, you can now decide to run the application. So you can see our scene A appears first, and when you click this button, the second scene appears, and it holds an icon, and you can see there's an icon here. But so far so good. When you click scene A, you can access scene A even while scene B is not closed. But now we are able now to open scene, the first scene, and the second scene. So this is how you can open two scenes in JavaFX. But there is a case where you want to restrict someone unless he or she closes the second the scene B. You cannot access scene A here. So I will go now direct and teach you what you'll be doing here. So now before you show the stage, you'll just come here and type the stage, type this code here, and you'll give it some values, and you'll just say init modality. So this is the modality. Then set this modality into some application. So application underscore model. So that's it. That's the code that does it. So to try it, we'll just build the application again. So step by step, we are learning how you can do some things in these scenes, and depending on the type of application you are creating. So let us run this file again. So when you open the second scene, it opens as usual, and then when you try to access the second scene, you can see it does not allow me. Even when I click this the first scene, it doesn't allow me unless I close this application now that I can access this one. So this is how you can restrict such an application. And then there's another case where you want the second scene to appear while it fits the screen, wherever the size of the screen. So if the application is supposed to fit in any type of screen, so now this is where you go now. So we are going to the next part now, where you are supposed, we will create a screen. So let us type the name of the screen, and let us give it some value, and I'll give it the variable screen, and then here I'll put screen, and I'll get the primary. So it will get the primary screen. So depending on the size of your screen, that's it. So I'll do some imports, and I'll import JavaFX screen. And then now that I've done that, I will also have to create a rectangle 2D. where it will be getting the bounds, the x and the y bounds, x-axis and the y-axis bounds that it is supposed to be fitting in. So I'll type in some code, rectangle. So let us name our rectangle 2D, and I will name it bound. And here I'll type in the name of, so this rectangle 2D will get getting the bounds from of the screen, that we got the primary from. So screen dot get visual bounds. So I'll be getting get visual bounds, and then after doing that we'll do some imports then, and I'll select this. So remember that for many types of libraries, but always remember to select the JavaFX libraries, because that's what we'll be needing, unless there are no available JavaFX libraries. But then now it is high time now to give our stage now these bounds. So what we'll be doing is just say stage, and then you'll set x, and then write the bound, the variable bound, and then now in this variable bound you'll get the minimum x. This method give minimum x. So this one, it will get the minimum value it can take. So give minimum x into brackets. So that's it. And then we'll also set a y, and then now it will get the minimum y into bracket. So after doing that, now we will get, now it's time to, so we have already set the x and set the y in the in this stage. Now the x-axis and the y-axis are now set, and then now we will now give this stage some dimensions, some new dimensions. So the stage will be depending on this dimension that we're going to set. So these dimensions, so depending on the size of the screen, it will just be fitting itself to the width that will be gotten by the bound, the variable bound. So what I'll do, I'll set the width, and then now just say just simply bound dot get the width, and after doing that, now I can also give the second. I'll also set some height for our stage so that it cannot be bigger or smaller than the screen. So I'll set the height, and then I'll give this, so just type in the dot. So the stage will be getting the height of the bound, and it will be setting it as the height of the stage. So once you do that, now the last thing now you'll be setting is setting this stage to be maximized. So this will be giving it a boolean value to be always true. So set the maximize, just give it a boolean value true. So this will always keep our so it will always keep our stage to be always maximized. So once you do this, now you can build the application. Now you can see we created a route, we created a scene and added the route into the scene, and then now we created a new stage, and then we gave this stage some title, and then after giving the stage some title, we gave the stage the new stage, now we gave it an icon that will be holding it, and then we also now we added the scene into the stage, and then we gave some restrictions that this stage the new stage, unless closed, you cannot access the first stage. And then after doing that, now we created a screen. So this variable screen will be getting the bounds of the dimensions of the screen. So if you put it in a big computer or in a small computer, depending on the display size, it will just be getting the primaries. And then we now created a rectangle 2D variable bound, and this one will be getting the visual bounds of the screen we created. So, and remember, the screen will be getting the primaries of the screen. And then now we gave an x and y values to our state, the x-axis and the y-axis of the stage, and then we gave this stage a width and some height, and then we set everything. We set the stage now to be maximized always, and then now we display the stage. So once we have already built the application, let us now try and see if our application now is a success. So here we go, and when you select the second view, you see it filled the screen. We did not maximize the application, if you can remember. We did not maximize the application, it just maximized itself. When you just select, it just maximizes itself. So that's how you can maximize the second scene in JavaFX and FXML. So maybe I hope this tutorial was very useful and helpful to you in when you are designing whatever type of application you want to create. So that was it about multiple scenes in JavaFX. So just stay tuned in to this channel, and I'll be showing you now the multiple use of multiple scenes, and now you can create even more complex and more real-time applications using this technology or using this idea of multiple scenes, and now the real world application of multiple scenes. So that was it. Thank you for watching this video. Always remember to subscribe so that you can always be updated about programming languages and the cool things about Java programming. So nice.